I have always been drawn to the edges of the world, wild places where nature puts on its grandest show. Iceland, forged by fire and sculpted by ice, has long called to me, but its prices are legendary. So, I set myself a challenge. Could I truly experience Iceland's magic with just £700? No fancy hotels, no expensive tours, just a backpack, a tight budget, and a hunger for discovery. I wanted to find the hidden waterfalls, the quiet fjords, the secret hot springs known only to locals. My plan: hitchhike, stay in humble guest houses, and live on supermarket finds, and, of course, Iceland's famous hot dogs. As the plane descended over volcanic rock and moss, I wondered, could I really do it? This is the story of that journey. It's a tale of stunning landscapes, unexpected friendships, and the quiet joy of finding beauty in simplicity. Stay with me, because the greatest discovery wasn't a place, but a feeling I can't wait to share. The challenge began the moment I landed at Keflavik. Iceland's high prices hit fast. A simple airport sandwich could break your spirit. I skipped pricey transfers and hopped on the public Strætó bus, getting my first glimpse of real Icelandic life for a fraction of the cost. My guest house, run by the warm and practical Helga, was simple and welcoming. She taught me my first lesson: shop at Bonus or Krónan, and always refill your water bottle. Our water is the best, and it's free. Reykjavik is wonderfully walkable. I wandered colorful streets, admired Hallgrímskirkja from outside, and strolled to the Sun Voyager sculpture, all for free. The city's art is everywhere, in murals and architecture. For travel beyond the city, I turned to Samferda, a local carpooling site. My first ride was with Björn, a university student who shared stories and pointed out hidden landmarks. These shared journeys became my gateway into Icelandic culture. Renting a car was out of the question, but sharing rides brought me closer to the people and the land. My real currency wasn't money, it was human connection. That's how you make every krona count. Most visitors flocked to the Golden Circle, but I craved something wilder. Björn spoke of the Vestfjords, the old Iceland. Fewer people, more solitude. Getting there meant another shared ride, this time with a fisherman whose stories were as rich as the landscape. The Westfjords are ancient, flat-topped mountains plunging into deep blue fjords, with roads that twist along the edge of the world. We passed abandoned herring factories and tiny fishing villages huddled against the wilderness. At Raudasandur, the red sand beach, I walked alone for miles, the only sounds the sea and birds, a multi-million-dollar view, entirely free. Another local secret, Dinjandi Waterfall, a graceful queen of 7 cascading falls. I spent an afternoon climbing beside the mist, sharing hushed awe with a handful of others. This was the Iceland I'd come to find, not crowded, but quietly revealing its soul to those who seek it. The Westfjords taught me that the best treasures are found off the beaten path. Sometimes solitude is the greatest luxury, and it costs nothing. Iceland's true strength lies in its people, especially its women. My host Helga embodied self-reliance and warmth, running her guest house with intelligence and humor. In Ísafjörður, I met Katrín, a poet and musician who returned home to create art inspired by the land. We talked for hours over coffee, her poetry echoing the sea and mountains. Equality here isn't proclaimed, it's lived. Women are captains, farmers, mechanics, entrepreneurs. I hitchhiked with Asta, a geologist, who navigated rough roads and explained Iceland's tectonic drama with wit and expertise. Evenings in tiny pubs, I laughed with women's choirs who patiently taught me Icelandic words. These weren't just encounters, they were moments of genuine connection. Icelanders saw me not as a tourist, but as another woman sharing stories on a cold night. Their strength is balanced by kindness and humor. In their company, I felt at home. The people made Iceland unforgettable. Eating well in Iceland on a budget takes creativity, and a love of supermarkets. My staples skyr, dark rye bread, cheese, and the occasional scenic picnic. But the real star? The Icelandic hot dog, or pilsa, a national institution. At Beijerins Bestu Pilsur in Reykjavik, I joined locals for a lamb sausage loaded with onions, ketchup, mustard, and remoulade. Eina med ulu, one with everything. Hot dogs became my affordable comfort after long, cold days. I found stands everywhere, each one a small, happy moment. Bakeries offered cheap pastries and coffee, and hearty soups with free bread made for filling meals. Eating like a local meant embracing simple, hearty fare, and my budget held up surprisingly well. Sometimes the best taste of a country is found in its simplest food. Seeing the northern lights is every Iceland traveler's dream, but pricey tours weren't an option for me. Instead, I relied on patience, an aurora forecast app, and my own 2 feet. My first attempt, bundled up, I walked from Reykjavik to the Grotto lighthouse, leaving city lights behind. I waited in the cold, feeling a bit foolish, until a faint green glow appeared. Slowly, the sky unfurled into ribbons of green, pink, and purple, an ethereal, silent dance. Tears froze on my cheeks as I watched, awestruck. I saw the lights again in the West Fjords, where darkness made the show even grander. No tour bus, no guide, just patience, boots, and wonder. The northern lights were a gift from the universe, free for anyone willing to look up. In that moment, I felt small, humbled, and deeply grateful. Sometimes, the most magical experiences cost nothing at all. All you need is time and a sense of adventure. The sky truly does dance for you. Iceland's Blue Lagoon is famous, but far beyond my budget. Instead, I sought out the secret lagoon near Fluter, a rustic, natural hot spring beloved by locals. The entrance fee was modest, the atmosphere unpretentious. I floated in warm, mineral-rich water, surrounded by steam and bubbling springs. Locals and travelers soaked quietly, sharing a sense of peace. No loud music, no crowds, just the gentle bubbling and the chill autumn air. It felt like a community spa, a place for healing and reflection. By skipping the famous, I found something more authentic and rewarding. True luxury isn't about price. It's about moments of perfect peace. The secret lagoon was a 5-star experience on a 1-star budget. Sometimes the best memories are the simplest. As my time in Iceland ended, I realized I'd spent just under my 700-pound limit, but gained so much more. I'd seen landscapes that defied words, felt the earth's raw power, and watched the sky dance. But the real treasures were the people: Björn, Helga, Katrin, and the women who welcomed me as one of their own. These connections turned my trip into something far richer than sightseeing. The greatest discovery? Profound gratitude for nature, for kindness, for the resilience of the human spirit. Traveling on a budget forced me to be open, to trust, and to embrace vulnerability. In return, I found generosity and warmth I'll never forget. Iceland taught me that the best travel isn't about money, it's about openness and wonder. The magic is in the small moments. A shared ride, a hot soup, a glimpse of green in the night sky. This land of fire and ice left me with a renewed sense of wonder, and a deep appreciation for the art of living simply. My Iceland journey may be over, but its spirit stays with me. The world is full of wonder, accessible if we're brave, creative, and open to the unknown. This isn't just my story, it's an invitation to you. Find your own Iceland, whether it's a distant island or a hidden corner nearby. Challenge yourself, travel with an open heart, and seek beauty off the beaten path. Sharing these stories is my greatest joy, and your support keeps the adventures going. Subscribe to my travel journal, follow along on social media, or buy me a virtual hot dog. Every bit helps. Thank you for traveling with me through these words. The world is a vast, beautiful book. Let's turn the next page together. Where shall we go next? The possibilities are endless.